Each one of us is a mouth for the one voice, an eye of the one vision, a cell of one body, a mind of one consciousness. Many, yet one. Imagine a soup of consciousness stirring in a whirlpool fashion, mixing different elements of the soup together, creating different vibrational matches, all new distortions of the one. These distortions are manifesting in our reality, as our ever-changing life experience. They say we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings, we are not our bodies. We are antennae of and for consciousness, transmitting and receiving. Say a thought comes to our heads, we're not the creator for that thought, we simply picked it up. That soup of consciousness stirred in a way that it created the vibrational makeup of a particular thought that we happen to receive, but we are not that thought. Have you ever said anything that you then wondered why? Have you ever regretted saying something that you then thought that it wasn't like you to say something like that, like it just spilled out of your mouth? Well, that is because that thought wasn't yours, or better, you're not the originator of that thought. Several artists claim inspiration just comes to them from the ether. Many musicians have written music that they claim was downloaded to them. Friends feel each other over great distances just before one of them picks up the phone and the other one responds with, "Oh, I was just thinking about you." Energy ripples around us in such a way that it creates a vibrational recipe, a specific frequency that then gets picked up by our minds and immediately translated through our own unique reality filter into words or images. What happens next is crucial because we can let that thought go, or we can become the vessel for that thought to further manifest onto the 3D reality that we seem to find ourselves in. We often hear "think before you speak or act" as a sound advice for anyone, but in a fast-paced world we often don't allow ourselves the luxury of managing our output. We pick up an energy equation, we automatically interpret it into thoughts, words, images, we then identify with it thinking it was ours, and then proceed by acting upon it. We literally actualize that energy equation into manifested reality. But what if we acted as we act in meditation? What if we first observed this energy equation and processed it mentally and emotionally before we acted upon it? This what-if scenario seeds different timelines in the quantum field. And the key to these timelines is the way we choose to interpret and actualize the energy messages we pick up. By working with our thoughts as the observer and manager of them, we are back in our role as the captains of our destiny, which is to say we are conscious of the process rather than simply floating upon the waves of consciousness. It really does seem that we're not our thoughts, we're not our feelings, and we're not our bodies, but we can be their manager. We are here to observe the manifestations of consciousness and be the vessel for creation of what we choose to manifest. We are something similar to a portal or a gate that bridges the etheric, energetic realms with the concrete 3D reality our bodies inhabit. Like caretakers, we are responsible for what we allow to pass through the portal into the 3D world. The soup of consciousness is stirring constantly, and it's possible that the signals we pick up can also be hijacked. Energy equations are sent our way, and if we just let them through the portal without any conscious involvement on our part, we might manifest something in the 3D world we never truly intended. But if conscious of the process, we become captains, we become caretakers, and we manage and decide what we will become co-creators of. And it is a choice we have already made, for destiny calls on us. Everything that is yet to happen has already come to pass. From the perspective of oneness, we are simultaneously at the destination and the starting point, for we never left. The journey is caused by the expansive and stretching qualities of the illusion of time and space. But the way our consciousness works, the way that it somehow manages to fly free across dimensions, gives real evidence that it cannot be bound by the rules of time and space, thereby proving that time and space are concepts more than they are reality. When the rules of time and space collapse, the freedom that emanates is the remembrance of our identity as divine beings and vessels, portals of creation.